everybody, so today I thought I would do something a little different because I got busy. I don't know, there's all sorts of reasons, but I thought I would check out the most viewed videos on YouTube. No. The most viewed trombone videos on YouTube and do like a little reaction video, have some hijinks, maybe we'll have a little fun. I don't know. Are we allowed to have fun over here, or do I just have to play pop covers on trombone? So yeah, if you like this kind of thing, make sure to let me know. If you hate this kind of thing, keep it to yourself. I don't care. I do care, actually. But keep it to yourself. I'm very sensitive. Hopefully it's fun. I haven't seen a bunch of these. Most of them I have, but there's a couple that I haven't, and I've been waiting. So I'm going to watch them live for you, and you can see my actual reaction. And it'll be really good. So we're gonna do that, and yeah, make sure you are subscribed if you're not already. I have these little analytics that tells me that like 80% of the people who watch my videos aren't subscribed. That's incorrect. That's a hate crime. So make sure you're subscribed, and you will get notified if you click that little bell. So you got to do two things. I understand it's a lot to ask. You're sitting here watching my videos for free, but if you could hit subscribe and then hit the bell notification and then go in the comments and say, hey, I did those things, and then I will give you free pizza in the form of emojis. I will. I really will. Ask people who've done it before. We'll have a big pizza party, and it's really great. So do that, and everything's going to be really, 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 really great. That's it. I don't know. Let's get into it. If you haven't seen last week's video, I did a huge 48-person collaboration. I'm still recovering from the editing process. A lot of the comments are like, hey, like, props to the editor, or like, man, this must have been like a pain in the butt to mix all those parts. And I'm like, it was me. But anyway, I guess it doesn't matter. I don't do it for the accolades. I do it because I love the art. I feel weird. Let's get into this thing. Oh yeah, right off the bat. But these are not necessarily the most viewed. These are recommended, which is good. And I'm going to be completely honest. I see this one with two-set violin, and they're awesome. And I should have seen that video. I've seen it pop up a couple times, but I've never watched it. But before we get into that, I'm going to go for view count and just check out some of the top viewed videos of all time. Is this really the most one? I guess it is. Here we go. All right. It's not even the original. What? It's not even the original one? Look at how bad the quality is, and it's got the... Oh, I see. It's a compilation. I don't know if this counts as the most viewed trombone video, guys. Come on. All right, let's see if there's another trombone in this. You know, I've never done the tune. I feel like I should. I bet I could do like a crazy version of it. I feel like that's annoying because it's got 29 million views and it's a compilation, and like the popular one, it's probably on this list, the actual one, but maybe it was a Vine to begin with. I bet it was a Vine to begin with, so maybe it's not. A classic. There he is. When was this posted? 2014. Oh, that's right. Because it's Royals. I love animals. Ugh. And trombone. It's been so long since I've seen this. Look at him running in. Oh, come on. First of all, I love animals. For those of you who don't know, I am one of those vegans that you hear so much about. So I love this video just because seeing animals happy is like one of my favorite things. But what's really cool about this is he actually used my arrangement of this piece, because I had sheet music available back in the day. OG folks, comment if you saw my Royals video when it came out all those years ago, because at the time I was giving away all of my sheet music for free, and I would still be doing that today had it not been for a cease and desist letter from a music publisher who said, you can't do that. I wasn't making money on it, but they're like, you can't be doing that. So at the time I had all my sheet music out, and this guy actually found my sheet music and learned it from that. So I feel like I can take a little tiny percentage of credit for this. And then I actually, I reached out to him and was like, I would love to come out to wherever this was and bring like a trombone quartet and do a really beautiful, because like his trombone playing's, it's not the best, it's a cool video. And so I thought it would be really fun to have like an actual professional group come out and play trombone and be kind of like a funny sequel. We corresponded back and forth back in probably 2014 a couple times, and then I think he was kind of weirded out by me. It never turned into anything. But yeah, this is a classic. This is like golden standard because it has my two favorite things, trombone and happy animals. Best orchestra joke. The funniest trombone section. Vertical video, first of all. So we've got clickbait title. We've got a vertical video. Again, when was this posted? 2016. We know better than that. Come on, 2016. All right, let's check it out. I'm gonna skip through because it says wait for it. That's a little YouTuber hack for you. If it says wait for it, just watch halfway through. I don't know, man. I mean, it's funny, for sure. Best orchestra joke, the funniest trombone section, wait for it. I get it. This is made for the YouTubes. And it is funny. So for those of you who don't know, this is a piece by Prokofiev, and the low brass section found that it sounded a lot like John Williams, which happens all the time because John Williams takes stuff from like Holst and Prokofiev and all sorts of composers, and that's why it's some of the best film scores we have, because it's inspired by some of this great orchestral literature. And so when this happened, of course they put it in. I used to be in the classical world, as my username suggests, very heavily, and I have to say, there's this kind of humor in the orchestral world that, like, if any of you are even a little bit in like the band nerd culture, which I assume most of you are, you know this type of humor, which is like, oh, you got to practice that part, and somebody else will be like, practice? What's that? And I just can't stand it. I can't stand it. Like, it's the worst. And so yeah, this is one of those kinds of jokes. However, the surprise of it is kind of funny. I guess the issue is, like, I want this to be a really original idea, and it's possible that these people were the first ones to think of it, in which case I'm like, total props, because that is pretty funny. If it's like they heard it somewhere and now they did it, like, if anybody plays this piece, you'd imagine that the low brass section is going to do this in one of the rehearsals now, because it's like such a kind of meme for that piece, and that annoys me. It's like, it's not original and it's not funny anymore. But I'm gonna pretend that this was the first time anybody thought of it, in which case, like, all right, it's kind of good. All right, what's this? 4.9 million views. This was February 15th, 2014. This was my first viral video. This is why I'm a YouTuber. Because of this video, I decided to keep making videos and take it super seriously. So I haven't watched this in a very long time. I'm a little nervous because I've gotten better. But hey, here we go. Gosh, I was living in an attic. That's real. Okay, got it. Yeah, this is all very real. Yeah. Yeah. I replaced all of these sounds after. Come on. You think that's my stomach? Can't hear it. These claps might be real. These claps might be the actual ones. Okay. You got this. Nailed it. Get into it. Okay. Oh, missed the button. You're gonna have to try again. It's so funny. Like, there's so much that you don't know that I'm watching this, and like, I had to hit the button on the computer, I don't know, 4-5 times during the whole piece. Basically, I had an Ableton session built out with the loops, and all I had to do was switch between a 2-bar loop, a 4-bar loop, or an 8-bar loop, I think. And that was it. And so if I missed switching it, it would be looping like a 2-bar thing over and over and over when it was supposed to be a 4-bar thing. And but it was all recorded, and so I could go back and make it exactly what I needed, because it was all on separate tracks. So you're seeing me kind of frantically hit the computer throughout this when I like messed up and I hit the wrong button and I did something wrong. But like, the show must go on, and it's fine. It's just, if you could hear what I was listening to, it was a mess. Oh yeah, the harmony. I missed something here. So there's the low octave. And then I don't think the low octave comes back. Yeah. So I was supposed to put the low octave back in. That was supposed to loop as well. And I forgot it. So now you know. There's a little mistake in there. Hey, that's pretty clean. Crap. All right. So the heh crap, that was completely planned. I'm not a very good actor. Maybe I am now, but I'm not a good actor or dancer. I certainly wasn't at the time, and I did both of those in this video. That little break was just because there was no good way to get it back to like a new section. It was going to have to cut in some way. And so I made it look like it was a mistake and then started building it again. I don't know if that came across, but I don't know. Hey, 5 million people liked it, so couldn't be that bad. Honestly, as I'm listening to this, the playing, I thought the playing would be a lot worse, because when I listen to stuff from this time period, I really cringe a lot about my technique. I think I've gotten a lot better. I cringe about my arranging. I think I've gotten a lot better. But honestly, both of those things for this piece, they're not too bad. It's the recording that I hear. It's mixed horribly. The percussion is like flat. And so there's so much that I would change with the mix and the master. But the arrangement and the playing, actually, I'm kind of okay with, which is cool. I didn't think I would feel that way. Oh, it's short but sweet, man. I gotta say, that's funny. Like that's real funny, because I think that's real. You know, why would that happen otherwise? It's like, it's the little things in life. This is another classic, but this one doesn't get old to me. Hey, look, it's just my YouTube channel. It's like, this is what you want. We know what you want. Like, you're looking for the most viewed trombone videos. Just go to Chris's channel. That feels pretty good. This is David Finlayson of the New York Philharmonic, one of the greatest living trombonists, and he strapped a GoPro to his slide and and did one of our famous etudes. Yeah, this is another classic. But to my knowledge, he was the first person to do this idea. I mean, like, facial expressions, hilarious. Seeing him up close in that detail, hilarious. His bushy eyebrows. The whole thing is amazing. This is such a funny idea. I've done a video like this, but the thing that gets me with this video is, like, it's called trombone silliness, right? That's the whole thing. It's just like, this is just for fun. Any trombone player has probably played this etude and knows that, like, it is deceivingly hard, and he sounds so good on it. And so it's just so funny to me to watch this video, because I know everybody is like, this is goofy and silly, and I'm over here going like, oh my god, he's so good. Granted, he's probably played this etude literally millions of times, but, like, I don't know, he's damn good. It's such a bad idea. It's such a bad idea, guys. I get it, but, like, it's just not a good idea to have high schoolers. Look, they look like little babies. To do that with their instruments, that's a good way to ruin your instruments, guys. Okay, here they go. I don't know. Okay. What am I gonna do? Like, I love trombones. You're killing it. But but naysayer Chris, I don't like the idea of having a high school group do that. So there's that. I just feel like in order to get it to that point, you had to ruin a couple trombones or faces. And the other thing is, like, I kind of want him to be playing. Like, on the one hand, I'm like, oh, that's, like, hard and dangerous in a way for the instruments or the people. I don't really care, one or the other. On the other hand, I'm like, shouldn't they be playing while they do it? I don't know. But then again, if I were in high school, I'd be all over that. I would want to do that, right? Like, it's one of those things where, like, I mean, look, the football players in the back, they don't care. Nobody cares. Like, we're the marching band. But it's one of those things where, like, you want to be a badass, you know? And so there are some things with this, like, tiny element of danger, or, like, drum lines in a marching band often, like, get the crowd hyped, and, like, it just feels badass when there's literally, like, people getting concussions on the field behind you. And if you want to, like, judge what's more badass, like, well, I don't know. What's smarter? Well, that's a different question. So, trombone suicides, it's fine. You get a fine out of 10. Hey, he sounds pretty good. So the reason this is funny to me right now, like, obviously this guy's never played trombone, but he is a great musician. And so that means he's reading the music. And I don't know why that is really, really funny to me, but it's a funny concept of, like, yeah, I know, like, kind of what I'm supposed to be doing. I can read the rhythms and I can maybe even transpose the music, but, like, boy, do I not know what I'm doing. So, if you don't know the piece, he knows by reading this that the notes are supposed to be getting higher, and he's realizing that, like, this is not happening. And so he just kind of, like, stops for a second. You can see him, like, trying to do something, like, oh, I'm gonna try to play higher notes now. It just still doesn't work. I think it's probably just the same concept with a bunch of different pieces. Now, the thing with this one, he certainly knows the piece much better than, like, the trombone concerto. Like, this is an orchestral piece that, like, I'm sure he knows how it actually goes without having to read the music. He can, like, hear the pitches. So maybe he'll be better at it. That's a negative. I mean, honestly, this dude sounds great. Who is this guy? Should I know him? Should I feel bad? Christopher Thompson. Do they say anything in this whole video? No. That's kind of interesting. They don't talk at all. That's kind of funny, too. Well, there you have it. Some of the most popular trombone YouTube videos. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I'm out here trying to make more good stuff. You guys can make that happen by liking and subscribing and hitting that notification bell. And once you've hit that notification bell, go right down in the comments and say, hey, I hit that notification bell, and then I will give you pizza and we'll have a big pizza party. So do that, and yeah. Then we're gonna have a great time, and everybody's gonna have a lot of fun. This is good, and you're good, and good. Thank you for watching. This is a little bit different than what you used to, but you know, you get to see me as a real human person and not a trombone attached to my face, because you can't really emote and you can't really like say things or be like a fun person if you have a trombone attached to your lips the whole time. You know, all I can pretty much do is play. And so I thought it might be fun to get to know each other a little bit. And by the way, I've been so selfish. I haven't asked any questions. How are you? This is a question I've been asking a lot of people lately. What's the hardest you've laughed this week? Isn't that such a nice question? You guys can have that one. I came up with it. I feel like it's a good thing to ask somebody. You've seen them, but not super recently. And so you like how you been? What's the hardest you've laughed this week? They'll tell you some stuff. So tell me, what's the hardest you laughed this week? I feel like it's a nice question. Although any of my friends who now watch this video are gonna be like, that's a line you used. It's not. I really want to know. It sparked really good conversations, and I feel like I learned something about you. All right. Thanks for watching. Go check out last week's video if you haven't seen the Daft Punk one. It's pretty epic and crazy. Stay tuned next week. I'm going down to Texas for the Texas Music Educator Conference, but I'm going to release something on Saturday. Even though I won't have time to actually make something. But I have a new scale lesson series that is going to be released sometime this week, hopefully. I'll do a demo of all the new songs that I've written for that. And that could be kind of fun and nice. Yeah, thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys real soon. This, by the way, I didn't mention it in the Daft Punk video because my outro was getting so long, but now I feel like I should, because all the comments, like, there's a bunch of people who are like, whoa, cool, what's the outro song? My friends, it is, of course, the song Power Down off of my album Half Man, Half Machine. And if you don't know, it sounds a little something like